Hey everybody, Letty here. I hope everyone's doing well, practicing self-love. Today I want to talk about a topic that I feel is very important if you're on this spiritual path and journey, trying to find, what's the greater purpose of your life. I want to talk about the topic of ego and the ego death. In order for us to understand what an ego death is, first we have to understand what ego is, period, right? Pretty much what your ego is your sense of who you think you are. Who you think you are to yourself and who you think you are to everybody else in the world. The ego is a tool that's been created to defend the belief that you are unique and that you are the only individual in this universe like you. Because of this notion, we suffer immensely. The ego perceives and lives through the optics of what we call duality. Duality is living your life through opposing forces, that there's only those opposing forces. For example, there's only good or bad, right or wrong, love, hate, ugly, pretty, opposition, acceptance, so on and so forth. And because of this duality, we suffer, because now we perceive our lives through judgment, hatred, condemnation, and we alienate everything and everyone that opposes our ego. You see what I mean? We're dividing life instead of trying to accept it or understand. And all of us do this. We love some people while we hate others. We accept some things while we reject others. We segregate life and reject not only everything that opposes our ego, but ultimately we separate ourselves from the highest spirit, our highest self. And, furthermore, we reject ourselves. Any thought, feeling, sensation, experience, or belief that we have is always judged by our ego. And in most cases, deemed bad, unacceptable, wrong. So we digress, we avoid, and we deny. And altogether, this product of living through the ego is we see it in the world all the time, right? All the depression, the anxiety, the mental illness, murder, hatred, greed, poverty, war, environmental destruction is a reflection of our internal suffering. The only proprietor and heir is our ego that believes that I am the only one and I am one individual and that I am exclusive from even life itself. And so experiencing a state of no ego is truly experiencing enlightenment, even if it's for a little while. This is not for the spiritual hipsters. I mean no disrespect. But the death of ego is painful because you're literally taking everything that you were conditioned to believe, everything, and it's completely demolished. It could be rather painful. But then in the sense you seek true enlightenment and unconditional love, you realize that you are one of the part of the whole. So, what are some things that you can do in order to catapult yourself into a state of no ego? So one of the things you can do is, and I say it all the time, meditation. Meditation is key, quieting the mind, quieting the ego. And you can do this 5 to 10 minutes or however long. Observe the ego and how it influences your everyday life. You will be shocked. We run on ego 24/7. Everything that you do, everything that you say is based on who you want or who you think you should be to the outside world. And most importantly, practicing mindfulness. Pretty simple stuff, easier said than done. With that said, practice self-love. To love yourself means that you love me and humanity. and together we can rise to a higher vibration and get this shit popping. I wish you love and abundance.